Today we're going to go for a three-dimensional look and try and get the illustration of depth into this picture. So I've drawn a little sketch. That's going to be a bit of water there, an hill. I'm going to have another hill in the background there. Right, it's like I've got like a murky sky to go in first, like a murky colour. I can go through there, it doesn't matter. So let's work fast. The faster I go, the less chance I've got of me stuff drying out on me. So that is it. That's fast. I can tip it that way, get it to drill. I can get it to spill which way I want now. I need it fast so that I get it to work for me. Well, I've got to get it while it's before it dries. If it dries, it's ruined. So I can move that way. Good idea is to get it that way. Actually, let me just sit this one like that. That's it. Then I can get it that way. Get all the paint back to the top. So mine always seem to dry on that top line first. So if I get my paint back up that way, and then it can go back down again after. It's not actually flowing that well anyway. There's a big drip there. See if we can get that to run down there, and it is doing. So I've gone that way a bit. And my idea is just get all these colours running together so they look nice and soft. And it looks like a natural sky. If your paper's drying too quick, you can pop on a bit of spray. I think I'm alright. Or shall I pop a bit on anyway? It seems to be a big smear there, what I don't like. Let's give it a little spray. See if it drips down a bit and helps a bit. That's it, that should hopefully help. It's just dried a bit too much on this top, so I'm just swirling it round, look. And all them colours are going to swirl round and blend. It should look pretty nice. Back that way. That way. That's it, softening it all in. Right good way. We're going a misty, moody sky. We're spilling it all around, look. And when you're happy, all you do is you just dry it. Yeah. Now, while that's in there, I'm start mixing a green up, because my green comes in about there, and it's a really soft green. So if I let me just, while that's still wet, pop in a bit more like that there. That's it. It's gone a bit darker on that top bit. Yeah. Splash in there. Looking at it, this bottom bit is probably going to end up covered. Right, I'll leave that at that. Right, I'm going to start mixing a green up now. So I'm going blue, yellow. Just mixing a nice green. It's quite a bright green. So let's get it quite bright. Nice bright green. I've got blue and yellow. Nice bright green. And then while that's still wet, see that bit of white there? I think I'll go in just under there. It sort of comes up. Right. I think I'm just going to pop it all in here. I think let's squeeze that out, because I need some really brighter than that. That's better. Now I've got a really bright. As it comes down here, it's even brighter. That's it, that's nice. into there like that. That's That's it, and then right up here it's quite bright, but then I need a dark, sort of really dark green, so going really dark now on these edges. It's sort of there's a peak where it goes really dark, something like that. Then actually goes back light again up there. So that's that. I'll just leave that to run down. Pop a few bits in and use some darker stuff just to blend it round a bit. There we are, something like that. There, let's get that back like that now. So that's dripping a bit much. Right. Shall I pop my water in straight in now? I'm going to pop my water straight in. So my water is going to be very similar to that sky. So I'll pop it in at what blends into here. It's going to look like a bit of a reflection. So that's my water in there, like that. And then this is all my reflections. So that reflection comes through from about there, something like that. Because I'm just reflecting that big hill there. There we are, something like that. And then get some of that dark, really dark brown, and just tip in a tiny bit on there like that. Bit in there, bit in there, bit in there, bit in there. That's it. Sound. Right, so that's that. Now then, I want a really strong colours. It's quite dark up there, so let's get these dark, really dark greens in. These are about as dark as you can get up here. Comes in like that. I think there's some sort of, I'm going to go even darker than that, because I think there's some sort of rocky thing going on in here, to rocks and stuff. So what I'll do, where's my scraper? I think I'll go with this one today. Let's get some rocks and bits in there. Something about like that. That's it. Something like that. And then let's get another brush on go. I'll just use this one just for now, because I want to get some light colours and dark colours all together at the same time, all blending. So I've got another brush on go for my light colours, so I'm just going to do it like that. There. It's like a swap between the two. And then on here is another dark. That goes to about there. Like that. That's the same. That's all rocks and stuff. There, that's it. About like that. And then there's even more of that. Comes right out here into that bit, even more. There's a bit of blue in this one. I'll whack a bit of blue in it. And that's it, into there like that. And then maybe it's down there a bit and down there a bit. That'll do. Scraper. Something about like that. That don't look bad at all. And then some nice bright light colours to blend straight into that. That's nice. Lovely, lovely. I think, yeah, all this front bit here, that's all a nice, lovely, bright colour. So I'll whack all that in right up to there. That's all a lovely, bright colour. All this down here, just gonna whack straight in like that. A bit there, into there. Oh, sorted. Well, right down into there, to all these bits here, and then actually this sort of curves up here a bit as well. A lot of them bright colours in there. That's it. There. And then these dark colours. Where's my other scraper? There's a lot of these dark colours in here as well. Little bits and bobs, and they need scraping. They're little rocks and things. There's a lot of them little rocks and things in there. So we'll just whack them in like that. That's it. And same on this side. There's loads of little rocks and things still. So if I pop them in here, there and everywhere, just at random like that. So the quicker I go, the more random I'm going to get them, the better they're going to look. So something like that. Into there. Some more in here. Dee 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 dee. Doofus has been upsetting everyone as usual. He said to Donna Kebab, "Oh, you smell nice, have you been jogging?" Why would you say that? What a plank. So she's upset with him. Just come out with it. I thought, I can't believe he's just said that. He don't know what he's saying half the time. He says to his dad, "Have you?" Because his dad was moaning about being overweight, and he said, "Have you considered push-ups?" Then when he realised that his dad thought he meant the exercise, he says, "Oh no, not the exercise, the bra." The bra. Doofus. Doofus, what you say? What are you doing, man? Stop going round, it's upset his girlfriend, he's upsetting everyone. Doofus, use your brain before you open your mouth. Right, I'm going into some darker green now. Good old Doofus. I tell you, you can always rely on Doofus to stick his foot right in it, proper. There, this is some darker greens. Feed some of that in. Some of this. Let me just pop a bit of red in that. It seems to me feels a bit bright. Let's try that. That's better. And then sure there's some darker bits going in there. Let's see, just on them edges there like that. And we'll just pull that forward a bit. A few little bits. Just in there. I think I'll have some actual blades of grass that you can see in there. Why not? That's the closest bit. Don't rest on it, just sort of getting a bit further away there, you see, so you don't get your actual blades of grass as much. Something like that. I think we're going there now. A bit of some more details in there, look, where it's going round up that hill. So that bit there. A bit more. We'll go into some of these browns and blacks again. And just soften some of them bits in a bit more. That's it. I'll sit back in a minute and just have a look. That's always sit back and have a look. I think it's looking pretty good, you know. Looking pretty good. I might introduce just a little bit of cerulean blue, I think. And then I think, from sitting back, I think I am going to strengthen that up a little bit. So, first things first, squeeze that paint out. Don't want to waste it. Give that a rinse. I'm going to introduce just a little bit of cerulean blue. And it brightens. It's quite a bright colour. Just to make it a bit more interesting. Little bits of cerulean like that in places. That's nice. There, like that. And then, right, let's get right up in here now. Bright yellow into here, and just strengthen that back up there, and that down there, pop it in like that, strengthen round and up in here as well, blend it all back in so it all blends into each other. That's always going to look nice. Get this brush and just soften that in there, because it sort of has a soft look in there. Right, that's that, and then I'm going to go that into cerulean blue, and that'll give me a right bright green colour. So with that cerulean's gives you a really standout green. Right, let me just stand back and have a look at that, because I think it might be about done. I might whap a bit more water in there, take that water a bit stronger, I think. Let's get the whole thing a dry, and I'll take the water a bit stronger. I think that'll do. Right, so let's have a look. Squeeze that out. Right, rinse my brush. Right, I think what I'm going to do, just strengthen this water up a bit more. So I'll come into there like that, into there, some nice cerulean blue. Slightly brighter than the actual sky in the sky, but what I'm thinking is perhaps the sky was brighter as it goes further up. That's my thing, what I'm thinking in the heat. Right, so that's that, and then I want a real bright colour in here, I think. That looks nice, that does. Very nice there. Yep. I'm happy with that. And perhaps a dab of this really dark again, just for right under in these bits here, and that make that stand out a bit better. A bit more. Well, so like that. That's pretty well like that. That's nice. Use some of these little low lights. What's on my brush now? Just put a few little tiny bits in some of these bits in here. Look, a few little bits, not too much. A few little low lights in there. There. Give that a quick blast with a dryer. Thinking, what about a little fisherman? So let's give him a little fisherman. Let's give him a bright orange raincoat. I'm using a lot of bright orange for my fisherman's. I'm thinking, you know, your cagoule, you get them in bright colours. So I'm thinking a bright orange cagoule. One of them. That's bright orange cagoule. We'll have him sat. I think I might make him, if I make him quite small, it's going to make this landscape look like a bigger landscape. So I'm going to make him sort of quite small, I think. I think I'll just aim sat sort of that way a bit. Something about, same about like, I don't know, about like that. I'll stick a reflection on him in there like that, and then probably just got some brown trousers on. Let's give him some brown trousers. So lay his legs sort of slightly that way. That's it, and some an head. Give him an head, don't we? Just there like that. And right, to get this into a point now. Let's have a, I think I'll have a fishing rod, you know them what they stand on the little poles. A bit like that. That's his rod there. And it stood on one of them little poles at the side on him. Have it like that. And then say a little reflection of his pole there. And a little tiny reflection of his fishing rod like that. So that's his pole. It's a bit longer. But quite a long, aren't they, them rods? Then that's just a little reflection in the water there. See? I like that. Right. That's just a little focal point to take your eye in. Right, let's try and pull out a little waterline. I think, see what happens. This paper's not brilliant for pulling out because it's what's called cartridge paper, so sometimes it soaks the paint in that well. It don't pull out, but look at that, it's pulling out lovely. So that's a lovely waterline. It'll probably not pull out on the cerulean colour. Cerulean blue's a nightmare for sort of holding on to colour. One there. Now I'm going to have another one about there. Have another one there. Get a sort of more natural line off this stuff. And then I think what I might do, one last little thing, get the tiny little brush, come in and just get a tiny bit, I want a tiny bit of a line going through there, just so it separates that reflection through there like that, tiny little bit, just where he stood. See it like that. That'll do. And then let me see if I can just wet a bit more, because I want a tiny bit more. Just wet this designer's white gouge a bit, some water in there. Right, try and get a bit more on my brush. That's it. Put a tiny bit more in there. And then we'll just come in some of these reflections here. Got a tiny bit of waterline in there, tiny bit. That's nice, isn't it? I'm going just above that black, look. That black's the reflection, so I'm going above the black with my white line, just above it. And the black's the reflection. There like that. Might be a little bit in there, just on that bit there, look. A little bit in there. It's just slight bits of waterline where it watters it in edge it thing. I think that'll do. And I'll just brighten out some of these in the middle, look. A little bit. Because if it's in there, this has got to be as bright. So a little bit there. A little bit in there. There we are. That's that. Right. Just chisel that end of that brush. Where shall I put my signature there? B D for Bertie D. And then definitely need Peter and Paul. There's a nice bright bit about there, look. So we'll have Peter and Paul Just flying in there, look. And they're just looking for a few worms to eat. There. They're just looking for a few worms. Right. That's it. So, have a go at that. It's not as hard as it looks. See how you get on with it. This hot weather, you might be as well waiting till it cools down a bit. It's a bit hot at the minute. But when weather cools down, they will have that in it. See you on beach, in it.